So you picked, should we all be alarmed about climate change?
Yes.
Could I get a sense of your confidence about that? If 0 is no, not at all doubt about that, and 100 is all confidence, could not be mistaken about that.
100.
Okay, you can move that little yellow tag to whatever best represents your confidence.
Is this 100?
Yeah, up there at the top.
Okay.
Cool, so 100%.
100%.
Gotcha. And just to get some definitions out of the way, what is climate change?
So climate change is caused by global warming,
Okay.
which is, we're putting more greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, which is causing warming, which is disrupting the climate cycle, which is like the long-term average of weather. So climate change is affecting everything from economics, and climate refugees will be a problem in the future, and
No worries.
agriculture, extreme weather events, etc., are all being
Okay. So it's global warming causes climate change.
correct.
Greenhouse gases causes global warming.
Correct.
And there is very negative consequences for this happening.
Yes.
Okay.
On a global scale.
Gotcha. What would you say is the main reason why we should all be alarmed about climate change?
Because the way we are currently living our lives is not sustainable, and if we continue down the business as usual path, emitting the amount of greenhouse gases we are into the atmosphere currently, it's going to create more catastrophic extreme weather that just causes a lot of problems.
Gotcha. So,
For example, the amount of money we use in cleaning up after extreme weathers, events like hurricanes, etc. As those become more severe, it's just it's going to cause a lot of displacement.
Displacement from cities because of weather or
Yeah,
other reasons?
Extreme flooding, extreme drought, sea level rise, hurricanes.
Gotcha. Sea level rise, drought, flooding, fires and stuff.
California specifically, the biggest effect climate change is having on California is, with drought, it's making wildfires much more severe.
Okay. So when these things happen, it's expensive to try to repair the damage.
Absolutely.
And
Yes.
and threat to life as well and all that.
Biodiversity.
Biodiversity.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to wrap your head around because it's such a broad issue and it's extremely complex. But yes.
So being alarmed about this, what's the time scale of these problems, and they're increasing? What's going to happen?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Well, if we were to stop emitting anthropogenic greenhouse gases today, we would still be seeing the extreme weather events that we are currently seeing because those greenhouse gases remain in the atmosphere for a long time. So carbon dioxide will be there for the next 100 plus years. So that's not good. As far as time frame, some people might think climate change is something around the corner and it's going to be some catastrophic, day after tomorrow scenario, but that's not the case. It's just going to continue to get worse in our lifetime.
Continue to get worse. So say if we did just cut substantially the emissions, say by 2020 or next year, in 2050, what do you think the world would look like?
It'd be a better place. We'd still be seeing extreme weather events, but not to the severity of, what it would look like if we continued to emit greenhouse gases at the rate we are right now.
Yeah, if we continue the same rate or more, what would it look like in 2050 then?
More severe drought. At least my understanding is better, in the United States, but more severe drought in the West, downpour floodings and the central U.S. and the eastern part of the U.S., more sea level rise, more extreme hurricanes, etc. So warm ocean temperatures that's fuel to a hurricane.
What would you have to learn or find out to lower your confidence about this? I'm not saying it's not the case, but what would you have to see?
If we found a way to pull carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere and sequester it in a not super energy intensive way, that would make me feel better. I am an advocate for like doing that in a biological way, planting more trees, increasing the way they can store carbon in their roots for a longer period of time.
Okay. If, say, by like 2030, last question, we kept the same amount of emissions, but for some reason all these bad things became less severe or like started happening less, would that change your confidence about this?
Yeah, I mean, but the science is the science, so it's kind of like we trust doctors to understand what they're doing when we go to the hospital and they're performing a surgery on us. It's the same thing. Like science is based in facts. So
Yeah, we don't expect that to happen, but if that did happen, there's stuff that could change your mind?
yeah,
Gotcha.
sure.
Sweet. Awesome. Well, thanks, Caitlin.
Thank
very
you.
nice. Have a great day. Thanks so much.
I'm curious what you're doing with this.
I have a YouTube channel where I upload the more interesting interviews. Yeah.
Awesome. What is it called?
Cordial Curiosity.
Cool. Well, good luck.
Thanks. Thank you.